cool. And what you were seeing, looking at some passages, what were the relevant passages for you?
Alright, thank you for asking me.
Thank you. I didn't hurt, did it?
A little bit. It was this from Isaiah. You're right, Bria did say, be chilled. Sometimes I lose the chill, man. It's pretty...
He seems to be struggling to find it. I bet Pierce is loving this. He's like, dude, I got him so good. I got his ass so fucking well.
Oh my god.
Gallery, but
hold on, he found it.
Highest spot.
That's the thing with the Bible, it's such thin pages, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to find, yeah.
It's be hard to find it.
Isaiah.
Oh, hang on, it's in Isaiah, yeah. Hold on.
He just can't.
Hold on 2 seconds, yeah.
And I love that Piers isn't even cutting in.
That's a good interviewer, though, I think. Yeah, let the silence speak for itself.
Let him flounder. Piers just staring.
I'll get it. Hang on. I got it.
It says here.
Dude.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Is his show live?
The verse that I was looking at that
I don't think so.
Was not this. I can't actually find the verse that I had that day. But this is good enough.
This one will do. Is that New York in the background, in the skyline?
I think it might be.
Does he film
in New York? I think the background is like a TV. Like, I don't think it's real, but
yeah, I know.
I think he does film in New York. I'm pretty sure he says we're filming in New York. I know it's not.
It's not the real skyline.
But yes, the New York skyline, because they're in New York. Probably the last time Russell will get to visit New York. So, but yeah, I just thought we had to show that clip because that is so iconic. Russell just completely. Look, I mean, I'll give Piers his flowers a little bit. Like, he definitely showed up more than Megan did.
What's been interesting is the way that's played.
Yeah, Pierce is actually.
Right in what you said.
I hate to say it.
Perfectly legal.
He does cook here and there.
Yeah, he's look, I think one of the benefits of Piers Morgan being like a more dramatic, like, tabloid journalist is that he knows how to cut straight to the meat. You know, he's like gets
he knows
right
when
on
to not talk, which is normally a good sign.
But yes, so that is our boy Russell Brand. He's making a case. You guys out there will have to decide.
It's up to you to decide whether he.
Yes, I'll see if they do regular ones. Maybe check their next live too. Yeah, no, that was the first time for that one. Yeah, I just kind of caught the tail end of it a little bit. All right, we're doing a little bit of reading. I'm kind of mid-section here. Alright, we're going to do a quick reading from Columbia University, Early Days in America, book number 16. Yeah, it's a nice bright sun this morning. It's beautiful. I actually might open the window a little bit more. Oh, that is what you call perfect weather. Unless you were hoping for rain or snow for some reason. I know, every time I say that, someone will say, unless I'm going skiing. Or I want to go skiing, yeah. Alright. In our country's call, however, one hears the ring of the true martial enthusiasm. And there is a deep patriotic fervor in O Mother of the mighty race, the noble and sympathetic homage paid to the typical womanhood of a genuine woman of every day in the conqueror's grave reveals also great underlying warmth and sensitivities of feeling. Robert of Lincoln and the planting of the apple tree are both touched with a lighter mood of joy in nature, which supplies a contrast to his usual pensiveness. Bryant's vulnerable aspect in old age, with erect form, white hair, and flowing beard, gave him a resemblance to Homer, and there was something Homeritic about his influence upon the literature of his country, and the dignity with which he invested the poetic art and the poet's relation to the people. It's written by George Parsons Lathrop. All Bryant's poems were originally published by D. Appleton and Company. Next is Thanatopsis. Thanatopsis. It's a cool word. Thanatopsis. Thanatopsis. Thanatopsis? Okay. To him who in the love of nature holds communion with her visible forms, she speaks a various language. For his gayer hours she has a voice of gladness and a smile, an eloquence of beauty, and she glides into his darker musings with a mild, healing sympathy that steals away their sharpness ere he is aware. When thoughts of the last bitter hour come like a blight over thy spirit, and sad images of the stern agony and shroud and pall and breathless darkness and the narrow house make thee to shudder and grow sick at heart, go forth under the open sky and list to nature's teachings, while from all around earth and her waters and the depths of air comes a still voice. We are having a green tea with a little bit of oat milk. I sipped it too fast. It sloshed in the back of my throat. It's okay, I'm alright. The muscles of my throat, and my tongue over the years. You know, I think I'm doing pretty good considering. Two, gotta remember, if when you go to swallow, right, if you're breathing in or out, don't talk while you eat. Yeah. Comes a still voice. Yet a few days, and thee, the all-beholding sun shall see no more, in all his course, nor yet in the cold ground, where thy pale form was laid, with many tears, nor in the embrace of ocean shall exist thy image. Earth that nourished thee shall claim thy growth to be resolved to earth again. And lost each human trace, sundering up thine individual being, shalt thou go to mix forever with the elements, to be a brother to the insensible rock, and to the sluggish clod, which the rude swain turns with his share and treads upon. The oak shall send his roots abroad and pierce thy mold. Yet not to thine eternal resting place shalt thou retire alone, nor couldst thou wish couch more magnificent. Thou shalt lie down with patriarchs of the infant world, with kings, the powerful of the earth, the wise, the good, fair forms, and horsey seers of ages past, all in one mighty scepter. The hills rock-ribbed and ancient has the sun, the vales stretching in pensive quietness between. The vulnerable woods, rivers that move in majesty, and the complaining brooks that make the meadows green, and poured round all, old ocean's gray and melancholy waste, are but the solemn decorations all of the great tomb of man. The golden sun, the planets, all the infinite hosts of heaven, are shining on the sad abodes of death through the still lapse of ages. All that tread the globe are built a handful to the tribes that slumber in its bosom. Take the wings of morning, pierce the bark in wilderness, or lose thyself in the continuous woods, where rolls the Oregon, or hears no sound save his own dashings. Yet the dead are there, and millions in those solitudes, since first the flight of years began, have laid them down in their last sleep. The dead reign there alone, so shalt thou rest. And what if thou withdraw in silence from the living, and no friend take note of thy departure? All that breath will share thy destiny. The gay will laugh when thou art gone, the solemn brood of care plod on, and each one as before will chase his favorite phantom. Yet all these shall leave their mirth and their employments, and shall come and make their bed with thee. As the long train of ages glides away, the sons of men, the youth in life's fresh spring, and he who goes in the full strength of years, matron and maid, the speechless babe and the gay-headed man, shall one by one be gathered to thy side by those who in their turn shall follow them. So live that when thy summons comes to join the innumerable caravan which moves to thy mysterious realm, where each shall take his chamber in the silent halls of death. Thou go not like the quarry slave at night, scourged to his dungeon, but sustained and soothed by an unfaltering trust. Approach thy grave like one who wraps the drapery of his couch about him, and lies down to pleasant dreams. The crowded street. Let me move slowly through the street, filled with an ever-shifting train, amid the sound of steps that beat, the murmuring walks like autumn rain. How fast the flitting figures come, the mild, the fierce, the stony face, some bright with thoughtless smiles, and some wear secret tears that have lost their trace. They pass to toil, to strife, to rest, to halls in which the feast is spread, to chambers where the funeral guest in silence sits beside the dead, and some to happy homes repair, where children pressing cheek to cheek, with mute caresses shall declare the tenderness they cannot speak. And some who walk in calmness here shall shudder as they reach the door where one who made their dwelling dear, its flower, its light, its scene no more. Youth with pale cheek and slender frame, and dreams of greatness in thine eye, goest thou to build an early name, or or early in the task to dive. Keen son of trade, with eager brow, who was now fluttering in thy snare? The golden fortunes tower they now, or melt the glittering spires in air? Who of this crowd tonight shall tread the dance till daylight gleam again? Who sorrow over the untimely dead? Who writhe in those of mortal pain? Some, famine struck, shall think how long the cold dark hours, how slow the light, and some who flaunt amid the throng shall hide in dens of shame tonight. Each, where his task or pleasures call, they pass and heed each other not. There is who heeds, who holds them all in his large love and boundless thought. These struggling tides of life that seem in wayward, aimless course to tend are eddies of the mighty stream that rolls to its appointed end. Copyright by D. Appleton and Company, New York. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, we're doing a pickle everything card. Per request. The best word game ever. Another game that is my favorite, but way too expensive to play because you need a horse is... Got it. Polo. Polo pickle. One more? Alright, we'll do one more. Pickle everything, no court needed. The best word game ever. When young kids show up to play without supervision, they need a parent pickle. Pickle is after every answer, I guess, right? We have polo pickle, parent pickle. Okay, we're gonna do two more. There was this colorful talking bird that repeated every bad 4-letter word I spoke. The bird was a... Parrot. Yes, parrot pickle is the right answer. Someone said asshole. Annoying. The correct answer is parrot pickle. Every answer starts with a P if you haven't guessed that already. There was a skydiver who landed on the courts with his paddle ready to play. He had a... Paddle pickle is a good answer, but it says he had his paddle ready to play. The skydiver who landed on the courts with his paddle ready to play. He had a... It's a tough one. The answer is parachute pickle. That's what he needed to land. Right, because it drifts off a little bit. He's going to play paddleball. Makes you think. These are great thinking games for like process thinking. I have no idea. I just made it up. Oh, it might be a thing. Look it up. Oh, sure. Process thinking is a philosophy focusing on daily activities, systems, and preparation rather than just outcomes. Popularized by Coach Nick Saban, it prioritizes consistent incremental improvements and understanding the how behind results, encouraging individuals to focus on controllable tasks to achieve long-term goals. What is an example of process thinking? Process thinking focuses on the daily steps, routines, and systems required to achieve a goal rather than obsessing over the final outcome. You know, when I go straight from a book to the computer and then, my dyslexia, I'm always ahead of myself or beside myself. I'm not too often behind myself, but ahead and beside all the time. It's ensuring long-term consistency and efficiency rather than relying on luck. Right, so that plays into false prophets and religion type stuff. So it teaches to have rationality as opposed to Jesus, take the wheel. There's no Jesus there to take the wheel. You better watch the road. Oh, that's okay. Well, yeah, no, that's okay too. Thank you. You're welcome. Design thinking process. Emphasize for whom. Emphasizes for whom. Emphasize with users' needs. Observe, engage, immerse, understand users deeply. Define is for what. Analyze findings to identify needs and insight. Create actionable problem statement, point of view. Ideate is for what. Ideate for radical alternatives. Leverage team diversity for ideas. Foster creativity with questions. Prototype for how. Anything users interact with, create simple prototypes first. Prototypes alter thinking, facilitate communication. Okay, so process thinking. See, it is a thing. I didn't just make it up, but I did technically. Oh, so I didn't make it up. I said it, not really knowing that process thinking was an actual thing There was going to be this whole ancient philosophy on it, and diagrams and charts and everything. I had an idea. I was thinking, yeah, I bet you there's a whole class on it. Well, based off of patterns in history, I was guessing that class was coming up soon.